episode 4 of Blame It on the Bogey. I think we should start with so I guess congratulations are in order to Erin for winning our first challenge.
Thank you.
And then also smoking us on the nearest to pin challenge, bonus challenge at the end too.
Yep.
I only want to hit the green?
Yeah.
I only want to hit the green.
Yeah.
From the red tees, which I always get called a cheat from. Which I think would be fair if you all hit over the green. But I don't think that you did. I think.
Well, we didn't have our child's club on us, so we couldn't hit from the child's tees, like.
That's what it is with 3 sticks and a putter, though. You could have gone into your bag, you cheat, because you had your whole bag.
It wouldn't have helped me. I would have fatted it anyway.
Yeah. So how did we all feel about the challenge? And if you could do it again, would you change your club selection, Dan?
No, I think I was pretty happy with my club selection, to be honest. I was in the prime position. Played the first 2 holes pretty well. Not the second hole was garbage, but I made a good putt. So, but you're not going to win too many challenges of any description with a 9.
No.
On the 3rd hole.
Yeah. I mean, was that a 5 putt too?
It was a 4 putt.
4 putt.
And to be fair, I didn't really try on like the 4th one. I was just like, I've obviously lost this, so I kind of threw an internal tantrum a little bit. But
I mean, the cameras caught a Dan Jackson meltdown.
Yeah. And the tough thing about watching the video back for me was like I thought like I'd put all this work into my swing and I was killing it, and then I watched the video and I was like, I'm still doing my basic error, which is like leaning back with my head and like kind of, and that really kills you.
Yep.
Yeah, you had an epiphany on the course this morning about that though.
That's exciting.
A little bit of a weight transfer.
We'll let everyone else see. We'll come to that. Yeah.
Aaron? I mean, no, you know what? You don't get a chance because you won. So
I did, yeah. I felt pretty good about it. Would keep everything. What I will say is I know that I won, but the
did you win?
best I did twice because I'm a winner. Did it that day.
Winners win.
Winners do win. They find a way. My favorite thing of the day for myself was when I was in the bunker on the 4th and I actually got it out in the first shot, which is very rare.
And
I didn't.
Very rare.
Yeah, you didn't. The cameras didn't pick it up, but it was a very impressive stroke. So out of the bunker, one bounce, stopped, pin high. It was, I was very, very, very happy because 2 days before, it took me 6 shots to get out of a bunker. Not ideal.
And that was trying 3 times, pitching it out behind it, and then pitching it back in.
Well, as in you hit it backwards on purpose to get out?
Yeah, I hit it backwards on purpose.
And then back in.
And then back in. And then I put it back in.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that. That's great.
That's awesome.
Actually, someone told me, and I've had a lot of trouble getting out of bunkers. It's not my strong point on a few occasions, mostly when it's playing stroke. And so this lady was like, you know what? I was told if it's taking you 3 strokes, have a personal timeout and then get it out of the bunker behind, like lowest point, chip it out and then chip it over.
What bunker? Are we talking high lip bunker or are we talking
We're talking the 6th, the right-hand side bunker on the 6th.
Yeah, that's a big one. So it's not like you could just putt it out.
No,
sometimes you just
no. If
use
I
it
just
as a ramp and hope
whacked
for
it.
the best.
And I mean, I'm surprised the sand wedge was still straight. But anyway, very happy with that shot.
Yeah. Jimbo?
I probably would have played 5 pitching lob wedge instead of what did I play? 5.
I think you had a 5 and
7 and pitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have. Yeah. I don't know what I was doing with a pitching wedge. It's a bad time. But that's all right.
Yeah, I probably would have. I wouldn't have changed. So I would have kept the 3 wood and the 7 iron, but I probably would have gone with my lob wedge instead of the 50 degree. Because my whole strategy was, well, if we're playing from the reds, I should be able to hit a 50 degree wedge onto the green in one, but it was still way too lofted, so I probably needed to take some off a pitching wedge anyway. And then then because it was a 50 degree instead of a 60 degree, which was my preferred chipping wedge, everything was going long, and also some of that chat from Dan
got him,
got into my head. So
pretty happy with that.
It's not often I I would give Dan a win like that, but he definitely
He earned it.
yeah, he definitely
He
earned.
smack talk.
Maybe
some
that
of
gets
that.
me back up in the Who's Your Caddy race. I don't know. You be the judge.
Yeah. So that would have been my only change, and yeah, I mean 3 putting from 3 feet was not ideal on the par 3, but it happens.
Love it.
We've all been there.
Yes. More often than not.
All right. Well, let's talk about Dan's. Well, let's talk about any progress that we've made. We've obviously been together a fair bit over the last 2 weeks, but Dan, we alluded to it earlier. You had a bit of an epiphany.
I had an
on the-
epiphany.
on the
I'm not
course
sure
today.
it's right or not. I've got a lesson book tomorrow.
Okay.
So we'll find out if it's actually legit, and maybe you two can give me some feedback. But as you,
Why not 3?
you probably if you watch me
I already
swing
gave
a
my
golf
feedback
club,
this morning. Yeah.
guys, it's my time with the mic. But yeah, if you see me on the video, like I have a tendency to get my head behind the ball when I swing an iron or
Yep.
a wedge or any golf club, really.
Yep.
Which obviously can result in a lot of like fats or chunking it or anything like that. And my epiphany is like my way of dealing with my head behind the ball was to get all my weight on the front foot. Well, not all, but a fair bit of my weight on the front foot. Not realising that, of course, if I do that, when I put force into that left leg, that's what's pushing my head back. So I've realised that there's meant to be a weight transfer between your feet in golf.
I've only realised this now.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep my weight on my front foot essentially throughout the golf swing.
Yeah. I mean, when he raised that with me on the course this morning, I was like, oh yeah, yep.
Like, yeah, so really, like my head obviously still has to stay still, but there needs to be some kind of weight transfer between my feet.
That is correct.
That's an epiphany.
That's how a functioning golf swing works.
Yeah.
Because obviously, well, not obviously, but Jimbo and I actually played this morning, and the first hole that we played was the 10th, and it was a meltdown like you've never seen.
I mean, I text you two. It was the greatest meltdown I've ever seen him have. He was basically like, well, I'm going to tell you two to piss off, and I'm not in this competition anymore. I hate golf. I'm done with everything.
Yeah. Oh, I've sent that text, I think, the other day too, because I've developed this habit too. I've been trying to fix so much of my swing. I think I forgot the basics a little bit, like with keeping my head still. And so what's been happening is, like I've actually been driving the ball a little bit better. Like I've been hitting fairways a little bit more. So first hole, the last 3 times I've played there has been a perfect example. Drive. There's 2 bunkers there. I'm normally right in between the 2 bunkers. Thereabouts. Second shot, decent 7-iron gets me there anywhere between 60 to 100 metres. And then from there, my last 2 times I've played there, it's taken me 3 wedges to hit the green from 60 to 100 metres. So the first time, chunked it twice, then had to chip on. Today, what did I do today? Bladed it straight over the top of the green with a wedge from 100 metres. So hit my gap wedge about 135 metres over the bunker to the left.
Yep.
Flopped it into the bunker, and then had to obviously
Yeah.
get out.
It was a good shot out of the bunker.
It was a good bunker shot, and then 1 putted, so I still got out of there with a bogey. But like to be 100 metres from the pin in 2 shots and end up with a bogey is not ideal.
Not ideal.
So that's kind of I was melding down like you've never seen before. Like I couldn't have fatted my first 4 shots more than what I did. Like it was.
I mean, you were 9 shots in until you hit a good shot. I remember. So that was on the 11th, and you were like, "Oh, that's how you hit a golf shot."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
But
so,
the quote of the day from the big fella: sometimes you got to knock putts in. And he he did. He knocked a lot of putts in.
yeah.
Surely there's a sound effect for that, like a ding ding.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Light bulb. Pew, pew.
But I think what helped me today the most, like because the worst shot in golf, I think, is the 40 to 50 metre pitch. Like you can't chip it, it's too far, so you have to kind of actually pitch it.
yeah. Well, even professionals talk about not liking that shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I try and avoid them, but when you chunk a wedge from 100 metres, 20, 30 metres, you got
You're
no
in the
choice.
zone. Yeah.
But I watched a little Matt Fry YouTube video
Ooh.
the other day and implemented his advice, and today didn't miss a green when I was 50, 60 metres out.
Okay.
So I was pretty happy with that.
So what's the change?
Oh, really? It's just like I think there's a perception that when you're only 50 out, you don't have to swing the golf club very much. But like if you're using a wedge, it's still at least a half swing.
Yeah.
So I had a very Liam McGrath deceleration 50 meter pitch, which resulted in chunking it. So yeah, it's just I now think if it's 50 meters, sand wedge my right hand needs to get up to my belt buckle and then just swing normally. So that worked well.
Okay. Like that.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah. Erin?
Look, from watching that video, I realised I'm all arms. That's what I realised. I know that I focus a lot more with my driving to get my hips through.
Yep.
But I just assumed I did it with every other club. Turns out, don't even move any of it. Is there a weight transfer? Don't know. I thought there was. Obviously, there's fucking not. Yeah. So that was when we were on the second that shot. Looking at that, I was actually a bit shocked. I thought that I moved a bit more than that. Turns out, definitely don't. But then I was like, it was a great shot.
Yeah.
Like it was perfect.
Yep.
So it's,
See, watching your swing, I was actually pretty happy with it.
It's not my arms. It's more, I just thought that like I moved the lower part of my body.
Thought you looked better?
Oh, it's not even that I look better. Like I just thought that I was
You were
more of a pretzel. Like
more
not
of
like
a full body swing and less of a
armsy.
Armsy
McGee. Yeah. I just and then since then
So are we talking remedies? Are we talking yoga? Are we talking Pilates? Like what?
But that's just like I'm not stiff. Like I do get a little bit of a sore back now. I know why, because I don't twist it. Like it doesn't move. Yeah, that was a big eye opener. That was for me. So I do it's been a big focus for the last couple of weeks for me with my driving to make sure that I'm popping the hip, like swinging the hips through. Obviously need to do something about my irons, but it's frustrating because watching it, you're like, oh yeah, you don't move your lower body. And then, but the outcome of that particular shot, I was like, I couldn't have hit that any better. Yeah, so it's golf. What a time.
Jimbo? This guy.
You're punch-worthy.
Jimbo sits on Tinder while we're on this thing, just swiping right and left willy-nilly or something.
No, I think I'm taking more time with my putting, and I was definitely putted better this morning.
Yeah, sunk some putts this morning, can confirm.
Yeah.
Missed some putts too.
Yeah, I did miss one or two.
Yeah, but that's okay.
I took the driver out of the bag again and just played irons off the tee, and that seemed to work for me this morning. Played a lot more on the fairways. So I sent some videos to my secret coach last week.
Oh,
shout out secret coach.
Yeah. And the response was, have you thought about just playing like 160, 170 metres at a time down the fairway rather than trying to Bryson DeChambeau the fuck out of everything? Because that's not working for you. And I was like, yeah,
smart man.
That's a good point.
Or woman.
Yeah. They.
Yeah, so smart them.
So I took some medicine and have been trying to stay out of the trees. That wasn't 100% success rate this morning, but it was definitely much more enjoyable playing off the fairway, even if it was 30, 40 metres back from where my drives would have been.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of times Dan even said this morning, I'm happy with that decision.
Yeah. I think both of us this morning...
That's a big compliment.
Surprisingly, like, just started laying up rather than like being 190 from the pin. Like, yeah, we can hit a ball 190 if we smoke it.
Also 100 to the right.
Yeah, the chances of us hitting it on the green are probably not that great. So both of us a couple of times just went, you know what?
And because I've been striving that 6 hybrid that I've got, which goes like 190, 195 if I don't try and smoke it, if I just try and hit it like a normal shot. So I've been using that in the fairway and sort of that being my second shot, which then usually gives me a pretty easy in on par fives. So
what I'm hearing is that you are now doing more course management.
Yeah,
100%, definitely. Okay. Also, like, don't want to give him too much credit, but Dan was very useful on the course this morning. Very supportive.
I feel like this only happens when it's the two of you. If anyone else,
there's no one to peacock to.
Yeah, I'm a peacock.
As soon
as people,
For those who aren't in the room, he sent
a message to our golf chat this morning saying scoring by just being out here with my friend. That was the vibe. That was the vibe this morning.
It was.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sure it helped that I was actually scoring well.
Yeah,
he was in a good mood, so it was fine. But yeah, there was very little banter. There was a couple of times where we just looked at each other like that was a horrendous shot.
Yeah, I did burst out laughing at one. I can't remember which one it was, but I was just like, that was awful.
Yeah, it was one or two clangers. But yeah, I'm definitely hitting the ball better than I was last week.
You're making way better contact.
That's exciting.
That is exciting.
Still, and there was no 90 to 100 metre slice with an iron off the tee, which I'm impressed with.
There was a couple of McGrath duffs around the green.
Yeah, actually, he is the new Liam McGrath, actually. Like, he had some shocking...
The one on the 18th, I decelerated so much that I actually scooped the ball up, picked it up with my lob wedge, and then pushed it left.
The old double hit.
Yeah.
Not
even double hit.
It just stayed on the club face.
Yeah, he just like...
Yeah.
Trick shots.
You know how you see people walk along with their wedge and just pick a ball up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Interesting.
From about 30 out.
Bit of golf trick shots.
I think it was the fifth hole too. You were about 50 out, and I've never seen someone swing a golf club so slow. Like, it was one of that one up for the par 4 uphill before the par 3.
Oh yeah, I'd hit the hybrid in. Yeah,
that was one. I think that might have been one of the time I laughed. I was like, "What was that?" Like, that was awful.
The ball went 2 meters.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
But that's what we're talking about. Those like 30, 40 meter pitch shots. They're hard.
Yeah, they are hard because you're always in between clubs. So you could conceivably take a lob wedge and swing a bit harder at it, but then there's always the concern that you're going to blade it and it's going to go over the back. You take the pitching wedge, well, you've got to take some off it, and if you've got a gap wedge or an attack wedge in between, then you're in between both those two shots. So it is a knee buckler for most people. Yeah.
And yourself, Lamb?
Well, so I think I finally understand the issue with my driver.
Ooh.
So I'm still not rotating enough with my upper body at the top of the swing.
Do you want my upper body?
No.
Okay.
No. My rotation is better, but because I'm not quite getting quite enough rotation, as I swing the driver, my hands basically come straight down, and I'm still hitting down on the driver ball, which creates a significant amount of backspin and basically makes any spin you put on the ball, it exaggerates it by 2 or 3 fold. So instead of having the normal sort of 2,000 RPM spin rate, I'm up around 4,500 for that reason. So as I said in the last podcast, it's definitely time to get a lesson in. But I think if I can solve that issue, and I guess the other issue that happens with that, with less rotation at the top, you also sway in your swing. So you move. So if you watch my swing, my weight transfer is probably a little bit too much. So I put a little bit too much on the back foot, and then as I come through, I put too much back then on the front foot too early, which means come in with that steep swing. So that's why I balloon balls, but it's also why I'm prone to chunking the ball from time to time because I don't get my hands and my weight shift are not in sync.
And that's like me trying to make that change on the course today. I fatted everything.
Yeah.
But because I fatted it, I didn't hit it far enough to get in trouble.
Yep. Yeah.
It was great.
So I'm sort of at the point now where, I'm comfortable with most of my stuff, most of my swing. But if I can solve that issue and get control of my driver, again, I think you guys are going to be in big trouble. And I think Dave Sherlock's the man to do it.
Shout out Dave.
Shout out Dave. And I only say that given the work that he's done with both of you in a relatively short time. It's been impressive. So imagine what he could do with a good
Someone
canvas.
who can play.
So my other revelation I've got is I spent a good hour yesterday working on my long drive.
Okay.
I thought
the key
I thought I'm going to try and have a crack at this, and came out of the University of Canberra High Performance Golf Simulator.
Love that.
Shout
like
out.
dripping in sweat because I was trying to swing this golf club so hard, and I have picked up a total of 1 mile per hour. And the problem being...
That's Bryson level.
Yeah, the problem being when I hit, I have no chance of finding the middle of the club face.
Yeah.
Like, no chance. So that's going great for me. I've probably lost a good 15 metres on the drive.
Interesting.
But I'm hitting it straighter, which is probably the trade-off.
That's fine, though.
Yeah, you did hit
Not
drive.
great for a long drive, though.
You hit,
Not great for a long drive
but you're already
contest,
going to
no.
lose that.
I don't
So it
think
doesn't
it
matter.
Exactly. So I've given up on that now because, as I said, like I tried to give it a rip, swung it at about 108 miles per hour, which is relatively fast, I guess, for an amateur golfer. But so I think that I don't think I could improve on my, what was it, 253?
253 was your
I
distance.
don't think I got there at all.
But your driving in terms of course management today was much better.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like I didn't have any enormous slices like I usually have.
That's
So
exciting.
some little thin lemon wedges.
Yeah. So that's my other update. I guess I thought I'd have a crack at it. Now I give up on the long drive.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You might come back, or you definitely given up.
No, I've given up.
I mean,
it is what it is at this point.
Given this morning between the first hole to the third hole, you'd gone from completely giving up on golf, this podcast, the whole competition, to then committing to 6 lessons a week.
Yeah, well, I consider
you turn around quite quickly.
I just because I think, and I've said this to a couple of you, I actually think we've been kidding ourselves.
Oh.
I don't think any of us are going to drop 10 points on our handicap in 6 months. I don't think it's going to happen. I think if you drop 3 points off your handicap, you're probably going to get a win.
Yeah.
And I hear you saying, "Oh, I think I can do it," because you feel like that. But in saying that, we've been at this for 2-3 months now.
2 months.
And-
Nearly 2 months. 2 months.
And you're winning the competition by dropping 1.2.
1.1, I think.
1.1.
what
which
evidence
is
do
gonna
we
be
have
Maybe
that
0.5. So.
over the next 4 months that we can drop that times 10?
Yeah, I agree with this. I think there's a slight chance we were a bit delusional. But in saying that, I was.
What's wrong with having goals, Dan?
Yeah.
And dreams?
But I feel like you look at it and you're like, okay, well, yep, I would. What am I? About 23. Yep, I would love to be 18, 19. That would be fantastic. What am I actually doing though to do that?
Yeah.
Like playing comp once a week and going to the driving range once a week. Well, that's not going to
Takes
do
a
it.
It's a
little bit more.
ludicrous
That's not-
assumption that we're going to lose
like-
10 strokes.
Yeah. So I feel like I actually was thinking about this at work today, like having a long, hard look at myself and thinking if it's actually trying to be, instead of getting extremely frustrated with the putrid round of golf that I played on yesterday, and wanting to just not even bother wasting my time with a Gumtree advert and just putting the clubs straight out on the road.
Just on the curb.
Just like hard rubbish. Who
Free to
wants
a good
some?
home.
Yeah.
Dear.
Yeah, so no, I was thinking that today. I'm like, okay, well, you can get annoyed. Or I sort of flipped it and I was like, yeah, well, I played putrid. Nothing went right. I think I explained, normally if my drives aren't good, my rescue shots are good, or my irons are good, or my short game's good. All of it was fucking horrendous. Like, you would have thought that I'd never played golf before with 95% of my shots. So it wasn't a great feeling. But then I was like today, I'm like, all right, well, what have I been doing the last month? Okay, well, in the last 2 months, I've had 2 lessons with Dave. Shout out, Dave. Played 18 holes once a week, have played socially. Have I put in the work elsewhere? No.
How are the 3 strength and conditioning sessions a week going?
Still doing it.
Oh,
Love that.
okay.
Yeah,
I was
can
gonna
confirm.
I was going to say, dead set, go fuck yourself. In this time, I have missed. Yeah, pew, pew. I have missed 1 session.
Oh, okay. It's impressive.
Yeah. I think so. The single,
Shout out, legs.
Yeah. The single biggest challenge, I guess, from James and I is practice. So we have full-time jobs, which we sort of care about. And then
And then like another full-time job.
and then in the evenings, another full-time job,
which we do care about.
which we really do care about. And then on weekends, that other full-time job is when we make no money because it's a volunteer position. But if it was a paid position, that's when we'd make our money because that's when we do all of our coaching. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then, recycle, repeat the next week. So the single biggest challenge that we have is we don't really have an ability to practice. So getting out and playing.
I don't have any ability.
Yeah, I mean, so getting out and playing that one competition round or two competition rounds a week is basically all the time we have for golf at the moment. So that is the single biggest challenge. But our season ends at the end of May or middle of May, so that'll give us 6 weeks?
When's the baby due?
Yeah, July. So for me, 6 weeks, July, to get my handicap down to 6.
So what are you saying? In that 6 weeks, it's game on moles for you?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I might even take some leave from my actual
Golfing
job.
leave.
Golfing
Love
leave.
that.
Take all that.
I respect that.
Take all that toil.
Yeah, love that.
A bit of a sorry, babe, can't have paternity leave. I've just taken my leave, golf leave.
I've got my golf leave though. So I'll use
so that was approved.
Yeah. Well, and look, I think I've written a letter.
Oh.
I want to hear about this. I've been waiting. You've had a
Can you
segue last week, and then we cut the episode.
So
I
it's
checked that we're recording this time and did the letter because
So it is similar. It is similar. So during the lost episode, which no one will ever hear,
so good.
I wrote a letter to a golf financer because a listener of the show sent me a link to a Golf Digest article all about golf sugar daddies. I thought to myself, great, that's what I need. That golf financier hasn't written back. Shocking.
how dare or she?
Excuse me, that's me falling off the chair. I'm back now.
So I've written another letter. It's similar, and it's to someone that you'll probably know, and you'll probably figure it out after the first line. So how about I just read it?
Love this,
and we'll see what happens. Dear Rick.
Shields.
Love this.
I hope this letter finds you well. Long-time watcher/listener. First attempt to contact you.
Love this.
I'm writing you as an aspiring young golfer. And as you have a long and storied history of helping golfers improve, I thought this letter was pertinent. I'm a 30-year-old former rugby athlete with limited mobility, which makes swinging a golf club difficult.
Help me, I'm poor.
I currently play off 19, but according to many people, I have potential far beyond that.
18.5.
My friends and I have entered into a bet to see who can drop their handicap the most over a 6-month period. Accompanying this bet, we record a fortnightly podcast, which, like yours, people definitely listen to. It is imperative that I win this competition. My partner and I have a son due in July, and I can't have my son thinking his dad is a loser.
It's fair.
Don't show him
because we'll tell him.
Don't show him the video from the other day.
I was hoping you could deliver me some personal lessons online, or alternatively on your podcast, just give some general tips of things you think I can do to take strokes off my game quickly. In return, I can offer you a shout out on your podcast on the Blame It on the Bogey podcast.
Wait, how many listeners and subscribers is here?
I think
same. It's 1 for 1, basically.
Yeah, it's basically the same. I think this is a great opportunity for you to grow your brand while helping an aspiring young golfer. I look forward to working with you, Liam McGrath, co-host of the only golf-related podcast where the average handicap is 25.
Talk to me.
Balls in your court, Rick.
Shout out Rick Shields.
No response yet.
Shocking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hang on a minute. Do I need to... So, did you let him know that we nearly have 500 followers on Instagram?
I haven't, because I feel like he'll be like, blame it on the bogey. What's that? And then he'll look for us, like all our photos, give us a shout out.
I'm sure he personally reads all of these letters.
He definitely does. He definitely does.
So what I'm hearing is I need to go back and do some editing in some hashtags and some
we need to @
people.
Rick Shields.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
We can definitely do that.
Yeah. And
Hashtag
what
help Lily.
I might do is cut this segment out and put it up on Instagram, and we'll go @ Rick.
Love
Yep,
that.
okay.
Yeah. You like that?
Wow,
I like it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's a tactic. I'm not mad at you for it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it'll pay off, but I mean, maybe you could have been doing some practice in the paddock next to your house. But
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
not there. You're not there.
writing letters, that's my thing. You guys have your thing, I have mine.
Can write a letter. Okay. I am still shocked you haven't heard from him. I'm sorry, that's disappointing.
It is disappointing, but look, I'll give him a pass because golf courses just opened back up in the UK, so he's probably been on the golf course.
How long ago did you send it through?
When was the last podcast we did?
2 weeks ago, because we were on.
Yeah, then.
Okay. All right.
Did you tell him you've got a beard as well?
No,
Ooh.
but again, I'm hoping he goes.
Did you tell you walk 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing for him. So, but again, I'm just hoping he goes to the page. He goes, "Oh, look at that guy's beard.
Yeah.
I think I could help him."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us bearded bros must stick together.
Yeah, that's
something
right.
similar.
There's not too many bearded golfers. DJ,
Ooh.
I don't know if we can. His it's close. Tiger was rocking a beard for a while.
I don't like that.
But
That's a good point. I can't.
I'm not sure if the beard's what makes them good at golf, but
you see the guys with beards. We're in a club.
When you look at me at the moment.
a hairy club.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not there yet.
Well, so it's interesting. Beards on the golf course is interesting because for a long time, to gain entry to a country club or even be allowed on the golf course,
You had to shave down.
You had to be clean shaven.
Well, I would have been fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Or have a porn mo.
Yeah.
What is that? I've never really discussed this. What is that?
The mo.
Yeah.
Actually, I like this. I like
There's
that.
a
very
nice
behind
story. And I think you should tell it to the people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do it.
if you're gonna feel pretty bad after I tell it.
I like it.
No, so it's matches my nans.
What?
That's
That's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's genuinely the story. So my granddad didn't like moustaches, so when he passed away, I started growing one, and then when I walked in the nursing home, my nan saw it. It reminded her of my granddad, and then so she now grows one. So now every time I see it, that's immediately reminds her of my granddad. So that's the genuine truth behind it.
That's perfect.
Now you feel bad, don't you?
I'm not that bad. Like, it is what it is. Like,
Love it.
yeah.
But I guess back to the original point, it is interesting, given the big hoodie debate of 2019.
Are we going to see a
2020.
hoodie at the Masters?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
The Masters
Oh,
would be
we
having
probably
a
need
hoodie.
to talk about the
They
Masters.
wouldn't be having a hoodie at the Masters, would they?
Yeah, you couldn't.
But so,
Imagine
yeah.
if a caddy added a hoodie to their little white overall. That'd be big time.
It'd be comfy. You'd think it'd be comfy.
But it's just one of those things. Golf is really rooted in tradition. And unfortunately, some of that tradition is a little bit not great.
Dated.
Yeah.
Dated?
In terms of, I guess, in terms of, Augusta didn't allow female members until, I think, 2011 or 2012. Historically in the US, it's been difficult for people of color to get on to certain golf courses. And I think there's still some of that goes on.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, it's not really. I guess we're lucky in Australia is that's not really been the case here, at least recently. But yeah, golf is still in that regard is still very much rooted in tradition. So collared shirts, long pants, cardigans, clean shaven, short haircuts, all that sort of thing. So it'd be cool to see a bearded, mulleted golfer win. I guess
A bearded golfer with a mullet.
Yeah.
John Daly wannabe.
Yeah. Well, and I guess, that's why a player like John Daly really captured, he actually was really good for golf because he was an everyman, smoked cigarettes, drank beers, wasn't your typical athlete, had a mullet, wore funny coloured clothes and really brought a whole new group of people to professional golf.
An appreciation.
Yeah, and in the same way that Tiger did with African Americans and Asians, because of his heritage, bringing them to golf. So, yeah. But golf is still very much rooted in that tradition, which is a challenge for it.
Needs to go. I think hoodies they're nice. They keep your neck warm.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought
When
Tyrell
you're
had
a
to look sharp.
there is a difference between like the athletic golf hoodies and then just your run of the mill
Bogan hoodies.
Kmart $10 hoodie. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
definitely appreciate there is a difference there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But why can't you wear whatever you want on a golf course?
Because they have it's fancy.
I think it scares people off. I think it's stupid. You should be able to wear whatever. I mean, within reason. You shouldn't be able to go out there,
Work boots.
girls with their norks out and just knocking about. But I think
It's probably not something, being the only female in here, it's probably not something that would be that comfortable, I wouldn't imagine.
there'd be a lot going on during the golf swing, I feel. But
okay.
I just think who is golf clubs to decide what people can wear while they're playing golf? I think it's stupid.
Old white men.
Yeah, that's my point. I think. I think that should be the rule. You got to wear some clothes, but that's about it.
I think appropriate shoes is fair because you don't want, not saying that people wear work boots, but you don't want someone with a thick trail shoe tread walking on the on the greens and ripping them up.
Or your stilettos.
Yeah. I
mean, again, comfy.
Yeah. Yep. Sensible.
Yeah, smart.
A sensible heel. The
For
stiletto.
a 4.5 hour walk.
It is interesting, and I think, as you mentioned, it is one of golf's challenges. It's already a relatively difficult sport to get into, given equipment's expensive, green fees are expensive, membership's expensive. So, especially if you're a child or a teenager, young person, and you don't have a lot of money, that's one barrier. Barrier number two, if you're a person of color or a woman and you walk into a clubhouse and there's only white male faces, that can be intimidating. And then you throw in the dress code. Can't do this, can't do that, can't wear a hoodie, can't be comfortable.
Is the dress code golf's version of a uniform though? Like in rugby, we have to wear specific stuff. Basketball, you have to wear specific stuff. Like is that golf's way of having like a unified uniform?
Yeah, look, I think so. And I don't have an issue with a polo shirt. I don't have an issue with, wearing smart looking pants or shorts. Some clubs require you, if you're wearing shorts, to wear long socks. I don't necessarily have an issue with that.
I have an issue with white socks.
I think it's ridiculous.
I don't have an issue with that portion of it. So if it's collared shirt, smart pants or shorts, fine. But then when you throw in can't wear a hoodie, can't wear, you can't wear skins underneath your polo. You can't,
Is that a rule?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
At some courses it is.
That's so stupid because what if you're trying to wear it to protect yourself from the sun too?
Yeah.
As most of the elder gentlemen we've played with at Ioane do. Often, I can't remember who we played with on Monday, but wear the up to elbow sleeves to protect their forearms from skin cancer.
The other one I've heard is for women can wear a skirt or pants or shorts, can't wear tights, and can't wear tights underneath their skirt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously never wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
So, but I have seen people.
Yeah.
At
So I think where we play is relatively liberal with that.
I feel like no one's going to run out and be like, "You're not walking up." that green
you're not going to.
With black socks on.
Yeah, but certainly there are some courses where they have a very strict
because competition at Royal, you still have to have your shirt tucked in.
Tucked in.
Yeah.
I'm pro shirt tucked in, so that's fine with me.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't have a polo tucked in, to be honest.
But I think you comment about the
uniform. I like it flowing in the breeze.
Yeah.
You comment about a uniform. You wear a uniform in footy and basketball and team sports to let other people know you're on the same team. Like if I went to the stadium to shoot a basketball around, I wouldn't have to wear a uniform.
Yeah, but you're not competing. So I get what you mean, team sport, individual sport, but you're not competing if you're just going to shoot around. Whereas if
I can go and play social golf, I'm not competing.
Yeah,
and they're telling me what I have to wear. I think that's stupid.
But have a different set of rules for social golf and competition golf then. Like that's a pretty easy fix.
Okay, do that.
Yeah.
We'll just
hang on. Did you two just agree on something?
Nah. I told you
we just become best friends.
We've had a very kumbaya day.
Yeah.
I've eased up on Bindi because the last couple of weeks I've realised that me and him have no chance of winning this competition because we're both horrendous.
So now your goal
we're just going for the caddy job.
We're not I'm not winning this thing. There's no way someone with a golf swing like mine can win this competition.
All right. So in the last 2 weeks, has your tip to win changed?
Yes.
Oh,
it definitely has. So there's no way I'm winning this.
Okay.
I think realistically, I think Erin's going to win.
Yeah. Okay.
Because she's already winning, so odds are
she's going to stay there.
Yeah, and I think your baby on the way and time constraints hurt you, and me and Bindi are in a different race. We're in a race to 30.
We're a race to see who can get as high as they can.
As I said, I had a good scoring round this morning. Handicap's going to go up. So, what a
Yeah,
time.
because your big 50-pointers coming off.
Exactly right. So,
It must mean that my 43 won't be far.
I did check this the other day. I think you've got about 2 rounds left.
Yeah.
You're such a fucking stalker.
Interesting.
He loves stalking the score.
If I know you, I'm probably got your golf link.
I can attest to this because I saw him log in the other day, and he had about
Shout out, Dale.
he had about
I know your
15. No, probably not 15.
I don't think you're allowed more than 10.
Yeah, he had about 10 people on this list.
Yeah.
So we're all on there. He knows.
Yeah, I know.
We can't play around
went
without
through
him knowing.
your round yesterday in the office, hole by hole.
Well, because when you messaged and said...
it was horrendous.
Yeah. When you messaged and said that you'd had a bad one, obviously I enjoy people's agony as long as it's not my own. So I brought up... Yeah, I just went through your holes round by round. Oh. Went through your holes. Probably... We'll probably edit that out.
Take that bit out.
Yeah, went through the scores round the hole by hole, and then I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad. I can't even. It was horseshit.
The 8 on 9 is my favourite too, which is one of the easiest holes probably in Canberra.
Very straight.
Just hit it straight and then hit it over.
Do you know? Yeah. Let me talk you through that. I know that I texted.
Can we make this a segment?
We have to have
one
shittest holes.
Yeah, talk everyone through one of your worst holes.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
So let's start with Erin.
Da-da-da.
Worst holes.
Lemon on the bogey.
Okay, so I was on the 9th, which is I don't even know the distance, but it is a par 4 straight.
342.
Perfect. So the aim of it is you hit it straight down the fairway, and you leave yourself. Well, a good shot would be 130 to the pin. Realistically, if you're not hitting it.
Yeah, if you hit it about from the boys to the white tees, it's about 220. You need to drive it, and you'll leave yourself with about 130 in.
Yeah. So from the women's, which it's only about 20 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Probably
that much.
200.
So if you hit it about 180, 170, 180, yeah. So you probably a 6-iron or even maybe a hybrid to get to the pin, or you're gonna chip it short and then chip it over the creek.
Yep.
So horrendous. I always will start 18 holes with goals. It's not necessarily points related, but I'll have something. So it's always try my best to not do a 3-putt. Well, I did that on hole 1. And try my best not to wipe. I did that on hole 2. So, okay, great start. Anyway, so we're on the 9th. I'm like, well, this is rubbish. I'm going to drive it. Drove it probably, I would say, 120 meters into the first kind of trees on the right. Dropped straight down, popped out a little bit. I hit a hybrid, which landed pretty much behind the 100-meter marker on the left-hand side, which is just before the cart path bridge. So there's a couple of trees there. I had no shot, had to chip it back onto the fairway. So I'm like, okay, not too bad. I'm here for 3. So all it needs to be is it was probably 130 meters to the pin. So I used a 9-iron and I put it into the creek, which then bounced up. Which would have been it would have been 30 meters maybe, straight into the creek, bounced up and over to the 10th fairway behind a tree, pitched it, duffed it, pitched it, duffed it, pitched it, 1 putt, picked it up.
Oh, man.
Because I was
That's brutal.
It was I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? And it's all right, just take your time, and we got the next 9. I'm like, well, I'm about to quit.
Yeah,
so,
I'm about to go home. All right.
And then so 10th hole, I know that we're only doing 1, but 10th hole, not great. But I got to the 11th, and I said, ladies, I'm obviously not going to win today, so I'm going to go for it and put 2 in the water.
Oh.
You see 11th hole, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a few extra, but that was my 9th.
All right, Dan.
I've probably already said mine today. It could be the last 2 times I've played, but it'd be the drive down the middle of the fairway, perfect 7-iron, duff, over the green, chip on, 2-putt.
Oh,
Pick it up, walk away with a 0.
yeah, okay. Love that. Jimbo?
Wipe.
You probably what holes I crap on this morning? There's a couple.
Yeah, there was a couple. It was probably the back-to-back duff chips. I also don't mind it when you thin a 60, 130 metres.
Yeah. So on the 11th,
I don't
so
mind it when you do this.
I sort of soft hooked my tee shot on the 11th into the trees, which is fine because it's not in the water. And then half decent recovery shot out. And then I had, was it 65 to the pin? I think so. I was like, oh, we'll just lob wedge to the middle of the green. That's fine. Thin to lob wedge, 130, 140 metres.
You missed the green by a mile.
Oh, it just flew out the back. So up over onto the
seventh.
on the 7th. So it was on the other side of the hill on the 7th. And there were 4 guys at the 12th who were having a good old laugh at my shank. And I was like,
Shout out to the laughers.
let's go. So I walked over and I looked at this tree. The ball was up on a ridge. Looked at this tree and I was like, there's 2 things. I could just like chip it over the hill and then try and play up, or I could just swing as hard as I can at it and see what happens.
Hard as you can.
Swung as hard as I can, landed it in the middle of the green. Those 4 blokes just looked at me like, what the fuck just happened? This guy is no good at
Did you
golf.
turn around and just be like, fingers up?
I just, arms out, like, come at me.
Yeah.
But and then
Game on, Miles.
and then I think I 2 or 3 putted. Which
Not
was nice.
relevant.
Yeah.
I think that I always do that. I always celebrate, like, if there's a good drive or whatever. Not celebrate, but I'm like, yeah, that was really good. Next shot, rubbish.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Like, it's like, how can you do a perfect tee shot with a driver, middle of the green, middle of the fairway, and then next minute, just take a grass merkin 50 metres and then have to hit another ball?
What is a merkin?
Get on Google.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you just Google that.
Okay.
Can I tell you about my worst ever hole?
Yes, I'm excited.
Please do.
So this this happened when I was a kid. So I would have been about 14 or 15, and in Canberra they used to have this sort of ACT Junior Championship. So it used to be held over 4 rounds, over 4 weekends at 4 different golf courses. So this was in the first round, and it was at Gungahlin Lakes, Capital North, which is where our golf journey
Shout out Capital
began.
North.
It was on the second hole. So the second hole is, so we were playing off the men's tees as well. So the second hole is, it's like a 280 meter par 4, huge dog leg to the right. So for some people, like, the green is hittable.
It's like the water.
Yeah, but there's a heap of water on the right, bunkers all along the front. Anyway, so I pull out my driver. My dad was caddying. He was trying to talk me out of taking the driver. I was like,
Shout out, Dad.
You don't know anything, Dad. And I was like, I'm gonna.
Sorry, your dad was caddying.
Yeah.
He told you the club, and he
Yeah.
you shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
You don't know.
Yeah, love that.
Because I'm 15 years old, so 14 years old. I know better, Dad. So I'm like, dog leg to the right. I'm just going to let my slice do its thing. So take a massive rip. Ball flies out, flies off to the right, and it lands about 20 meters off the front of the green. So I look at my dad, and he's like, he kind of shrugs. I'm like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Dad, taste
Your
it.
son's a professional golfer. So we sort of, walking up. The guy I was playing with, I think it took him 3 shots to get to the green. So there was a bit of time between him and me playing. The pin, I remember, was in the middle of the green, but on the left-hand side. Went to take my chip, hit it way too hard. 1 bounce on the green, down in the hole.
Oh, into
the
Jackson.
Yeah, you're in the Jackson.
Spend some time in there.
Yep. Get down there, hit it over the green into the bunker. Then take a whack, hit the lip, comes back, lands next to me. Take another whack, lands on the green, 3-putt, 9.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
So it was a stroke event,
Oh, perfect.
but it factors your handicap in
Yep.
afterwards. So 3 grades, A, B, and C grade. So I was in B grade. I think I was playing off about 12 or 13 at the time. Yeah. So really difficult to come back and win a competition from a 9 to start. But yeah, that has always stuck with me when I
Yeah,
think
that's-
about worst holes that I've played.
Brutal.
I
mad for you, but
Did Pete just laugh most of the hole? Or?
or did he know? There was a bit of a giggle, and then you looked at him, and he's like, "No, that's not."
Yeah. So I had a bit of a temper when I was a kid, and he knew not to say anything, and he on the next hole, which is a par 3, I think he just handed me the 4-iron, and we never spoke about it again.
Perfect. Perfect.
But yeah, so that's my worst hole ever. There's probably has been worse ones, but that one
That's the one that
just stuck with me.
PTSD from it. Yep.
Yeah.
They always come from stroke competitions too.
Well, because you have
yeah.
to finish.
Yeah.
So at least with a normal
Horrible.
Stablefoot event, if you're having a stinker, you just pick it up and walk off. But with
People frown upon you doing that in stroke.
Yeah.
You just like walk off the course.
This place
walk
is
home.
horse shit. Flip the thing. Now, so my next question, not that I actually asked one, but my question is, we did the 3 sticks and a putter.
Yeah.
That was my choice.
Yep.
Whose choice is it next for next week?
I have 2 ideas.
Ooh.
And they can be 2 separate challenges, whatever. So you mentioned hole 11, which is one of Ioane's many risk reward holes. So you can
Old Lake Calamade.
Yeah, you can
Lake Calamade,
Lake
you
Calamade.
nasty son of a bitch.
So for those of you who haven't played it before, it is it's a relatively straight hole. There's a fairway up to the left, and the green is off to the right from the tee box. You can take the safe route, or if you're a good golfer, the safe route, and just lay up.
Course management route.
Yeah, course management route. Lay up on the left, and you'll probably have a 6 or a 7 iron into the green. So if you're a good golfer, that's probably the play. If you really comfortable with your irons. The other route is to pull the big stick out and just take it over the water. It's about a 220 meter carry.
Send it over Lake Calamade.
Send it over the water, and if you do that, you end up with about a like maybe a 60 meter pitch shot into the
Yeah, I
green.
reckon 67.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
Over a bunker.
Yeah, but again, if the pin is in the middle or tucked away to the left, you've got to chip it. You've got to pitch it over a bunker. So my idea for a challenge is we each get 5 balls, and we got to take the route over the water.
Got to take on Lake Calamade.
And whoever lands the most balls over the water is the winner.
I'm not mad about this.
Okay.
Do we want to know option 2, or we just?
Well, the other option is 16, which is a par 3. So
Yep.
it'll be basically the same challenge. So 5 balls, but whoever can land the most on the green.
Well,
One
por
of
qué no
both.
las dos?
Yeah, we could do both.
And so it's best out of 10.
Best of 10. Yeah.
I may as well throw 5 balls into that lake. I'm not sure.
We're obviously not going to crack out the freshies.
Yeah.
There may be
I'm
freshies
not sure
for
I've
that.
ever. I reckon I've only tried to do it probably 4 times. I've never cleared it.
So
Classic.
Jimbo and I, we all played in Ambrose last Friday, Good Friday, and
I hit the tree. Was that the day I hit the tree?
yeah.
And Jimbo, so said to Jimbo, take your iron. If you put it on the fairway, then I'll have a crack over the water. So he did on the fairway.
Did my job.
Yeah, we
Crushed it.
We had a good shot.
You're my boy.
We had a good shot in from where he was. I was like, oh well, there's no pressure on
Like
me here.
Calamade, come at me.
Yeah, take the driver, and I cleared it, not by a lot, but cleared it.
2.5 meters.
Yeah.
Cleared it though.
Yeah, got it over. So I think I've got it over twice, and I've probably attempted 10 or 15 times. Because it's the ultimate, like if you slice the ball even
dead.
or cut it too much,
it's done. You're done if you
you're
cut
in
it.
trouble.
I don't even bother trying because it's one of those 60-meter pitches. Like I'm terrified of that.
Yeah.
I'd rather if I hit an iron well, it ends up being a pitching wedge or a 9 iron in. Now I haven't hit an iron well on that hole for probably 15 rounds. Like, I cannot hit the fairway on that hole.
But it is a really difficult green to hit because of the bunker along the front. So
Yeah.
no matter where you are, that bunker's always in play.
And it's a bitch of a bunker. Like
Yeah.
it's deep.
Yeah.
I think.
High
I think
lip
we could
and long. Yeah.
see if we do it again like we did last week, where we did it early Thursday morning. I
Hmm.
don't see why we couldn't play the 10th.
Do both, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I'll just need 10 golf balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just played it back 9.
lost golf balls. We're coming at you.
Yep. All right.
Done.
Love it.
Challenge number 2. The
Leaderboard.
the tiger line.
Yeah, the tiger line. Like that. I'm okay with that.
Do we want to play Who's Your Caddy?
I don't see why not.
Oh,
Well,
I think I
feel
should have taken big steps in both Jimbo's and yours. Now you've seen the shit talk in action.
well, yeah. I mean, I did mention this last time. If I'm trying to come in and intimidate my opponents, Dan's the man.
Yeah, no, Dan showed me the other side of the coin this morning. Like
Oh.
the super supportive, good advice guy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very confusing.
All right. Well, Dan, let's start with you. Who's your caddy? Who did you pick last time, Erin?
Erin.
Yeah.
Come back to me. I don't really have anyone. Like, no one's really
Okay.
made an impact on my golfing
Your
life
golf
this week.
Yeah. Erin.
I'm sticking with Liam.
Okay. Good. Jimbo.
Just for today, I'll go with Dan.
Oh.
I know
So
that.
you've gone from no one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I'm happy to give Dan some credit today. I know it'll change before
anyway,
the next
obviously-
podcast, but
Liam and I
you
need to lead the room.
two didn't witness this. The lack of peacocking from Dan this morning was
Yeah.
very, very helpful for my
positive
golf
chat,
game.
wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, I'd hit a slightly bad shot and he'd be like, don't worry, mate, chip it on, 2 points. And I was like, who
are
is
you?
this guy?
Yeah.
So I've personally never experienced that.
I'll tell you, it was only because I was scoring well. I'm telling you. I didn't want negative vibes around me.
Yeah. Okay.
And I
Yeah.
literally said to him halfway through the round, I was like, Liam never believes me this happens, but every time it's just us playing, super positive.
So, my choice hasn't changed. It's still Erin.
Woo!
Disappointing.
Shout out, Erin.
But as I said, if I'm coming into a match with some guy who's a real a-hole, I'm bringing Dan along to shit talk him.
Yeah. If I had like a license too, like, I guess like I've played sport for a long time. Like, my shit talk game's all right.
Yeah, you are pretty good. You are pretty good.
But it's
with
not
the
just
trash.
pointless trash talk either.
Yeah,
it's like I say things to try and get inside your head,
Yeah,
which I obviously you've seen when you sculled your wedge over the green.
yeah, yep.
Makes me happy to know I got in your head because I thought you'd be the toughest nut to crack. So I don't know what's happening on my right now. Like,
I
Erin's
think that we
furiously
need to-
writing
we
some
need
notes.
To do I feel like we need to do if we are going to do a Masters challenge, I think I put in the group that the final round should be at Ioane
Yep.
and that we should pull some names out of a hat for the other courses. So I was just really quickly writing the names
Okay,
down.
yeah, we can do
Yeah,
that.
love that.
We can do that now. So Dan,
who's my caddy?
who's your caddy?
Look, I think Erin's negative vibes of playing bad and trying to give her clubs away in the gutter have scared me off. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Like, I don't need that around me right now.
Yep.
Like, because the last thing I need when I'm imploding is somebody to implode with me.
You don't want company.
Nah, I don't need that. Like, so I'm actually, after this morning's round, I'm going Jimbo.
Oh,
Love that.
We bounced
Love
back
that.
after our first hole, which was, I can't express how bad the first hole was. After I honestly would have duffed 5 shots in a row. I don't even, like you said, you 3-putted the first hole. I'm not sure I got to putt. Like I honestly don't think I did. I think I wasn't on the green, just walked off because
Wow.
I had no chance.
Yeah, you chipped from one side of the green to the other.
Chipped over the green,
Yeah.
and then picked it up.
Picked it
But
up.
yeah, it was an interesting time. We both got a wipe.
But
It
we
was a
bounced
great
back.
time.
Yeah, that was
I
my
feel-
only wipe of the day.
I feel like you two getting on is really dangerous for Erin and I.
All right, Lily, I got you.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there because if you two aren't going at each other, that means you're going to be coming for us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now you've experienced your first taste, and now I've tasted, nibbled on a little bit of Liam, and I like what I tasted.
Yeah.
So he got one look at you and just now we're best mates.
Yeah.
Didn't realise I'd be able to break him so easy, but here we are.
How many golf courses are there around Canberra?
There's a
There's
few.
like 12.
We're not saying
yeah.
federal. Royal.
There's
Not
12. So there's the Ioane, Magpies, Capital,
Queanbeyan.
Yass, if you want to include Yass.
Goulburn.
Murrumbidgee, Gungahlin Lakes. I think there's more. There's definitely more.
That's all right. Well,
Pitch
how
and
about
putt.
that? We've got
Pitch and putt, yeah.
I probably don't need that. I'll be
Federal. That's 9.
I've got seven.
That'll do.
So we're playing 4 rounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the longest. You're gonna have to be like our full-time video editor.
Nah, we're gonna have to.
Shout out Lockie, who's just Steve followed us on Instagram.
He actually did just follow us on Instagram, and
because I spoke to him this afternoon.
Yeah,
well
about
done.
it, and I said, mate, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
so we're gonna need
great
his
opportunity
help
for you.
Yeah,
What can
Build
we
your brand.
offer him?
Well, I mean, we're already
We've got
shouting him
500
out.
Instagram
Yeah.
followers.
Yeah, that's true.
You can probably have your and Dan's clubs when you're done with them.
Nah, he's
Well,
left-handed.
I'm going back to Bendigo this weekend, so obviously I'm shooting under 90.
Yeah, he's left-handed.
At the child's course.
Yes. Shout out to everyone in the room who's shot 89. Shout out Erin.
That's
and
me.
shout out Lily.
All right, so
okay.
round 4, final round is at Ioane.
Yep.
All right, where's round 1?
Capital.
Let me know if you
Capital.
can't read my writing.
Gungahlin Lakes.
Gungahlin Lakes.
Ooh.
That's a good place to start
Is
for
that what that
us.
says?
Yep.
Yeah.
So are we
Lakes, yeah,
playing?
it's quick.
Like
I had
18 all of them?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
A proper stroke with handicap.
So like in
taken
the
out
Masters after
event.
after 4 rounds of 18 holes, they're what, 260. We'll be like 450.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's
someone
sick.
if
It'll be
someone,
awesome.
If someone gets around the amount
We're going to
of,
run out of tape on the film.
Yeah.
if someone gets out around the amount of Instagram followers we have.
Yeah. Where's round 2, Jimbo?
Yes.
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 Okay.
I'm happy
Yes,
about that.
Queen.
I never played out there, so that'll
Pretty
be good.
excited about that.
Oh, Federal is round 3.
I'm not happy about that.
That Cooch
The
grass.
famous 16-pointer. Which, did you actually beat, Jimbo? Did you?
I think he equaled.
I think 16's, my best.
Hallowed ground.
Sorry, not
16.
best,
Yeah.
my worst.
So we're at Lakes,
Yes.
Federal and Ioane.
Yep. I like it.
Yes.
I feel
Love
like we after this we'll need to work out a start date.
Yeah,
it
we'll-
doesn't have to be 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
but just,
yeah. We'll have to work out some logistics, and I get we're gonna have to play together.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I think we're going to name team polos, some kind of team
Okay.
uniform. I know we're not playing together as a team.
and some kind of op shop. Blame it on the Bogey jacket, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
For the
for
winner.
sure. The Masters
Ooh,
jacket.
yes,
Yeah.
got to be.
Yeah.
Got to be.
Yeah. I mean, Jimbo's probably got some rubbish jackets. I've seen some of the clothes he's worn. I'm back. Here I am.
I'm gonna let you have that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have that one.
And on that note, I think we'll finish today. Thank you to the listeners. Thank you to the cover. Shouts Rick Shields. He's going to help me with my golf game.
Shout out Rick Shields.
And we'll be back next week, hopefully, with a video, and then the week after with another podcast.
Living on the bogey.
Thank